you have any whiskey? He didn't get up and say, what is that I smell? He got up, walked into the kitchen, went to the Tupperware cabinet, pulled this out like he lived there all his life and started drinking it.
You're my friend.
I'm envious. How did you do that? Teach me.
Here's the trick.
Yes.
You know how atoms are drawn together in gravity? If you have enough booze in your system, you're drawn to the booze. Like, look at all these furries here. Do you think the furry fandom Maverick has a bunch of people like atoms? No, we're all fucking drunks. We all congregate, and bars are stupid, so we ended up here.
Well, actually, I don't buy that, because you're talking at the atomic level. That would mean that it's an opposite force that's attracted.
We are polar opposite. Shut up. Drink. At an atomic level.
Yes.
I don't drink at an atomic. Wait, do I? Oh my God.
He drinks at an atomic war level.
Oh my God, somebody gave me an atomic warhead.
Excuse me, wait, can we start this sentence again?
You know the Chicago drink.
No, I really want to start this sentence again. What are you
Somebody
talking
gave me an atomic warhead.
an alcoholic beverage called an atomic warhead.
Also had. So they gave me Malort with warheads, the candy.
Yeah.
They drank half the bottle, put warheads into the bottle till it looked like it was refull, let them dissolve, and then poured the concoction into a shot glass where, by the way, it had a head, like beer. And I drank it. And I regretted everything up to that moment in my life.
Wow.
But there's a weird thing about having the worst drink that you will ever drink in your life, and that is you will remember to get that drink out of your mouth all of the great drinks of your life. In a few moments, my entire drinking history passed before my eyes. Like, absinthe, 13-year-old scotch. I'm done here. That was the worst drink I've ever had. God. Is that sneezing?
No, I guess
Are you okay? This room either echoes or you're a monster.
we have new people. We're going to pass the hat again.
Yeah,
Why not both?
Guys, we do this for charity, so this is a charity donation panel. If you put some money in to help the birds outside, please do. I will tell you one fun and heartwarming story. My youngest daughter has spent her entire life wanting to touch an owl. There was a zoo near us where you could touch an owl. And then lawyers who ruin fucking everything said, that is a massive liability. Please start letting people's children hold birds of prey. She saw the owl, and they decided that they would let her hold the owl. This charity has fulfilled my daughter's lifelong dream.
That's awesome.
Plus, I feel a special kinship because they have a red-shouldered hawk out there that is missing a wing, and for some reason, I feel a special kinship with that bird. I also felt a special kinship with the way it tried to shit on everybody around it.
Now, if you've been shot in the eye, you feel a special kinship with half the other birds out there.
Yeah. Well, I've been shot in the eye, but we're not going to talk about that. This panel's not X-rated.
Oh, wait. You ain't been shot in the eye.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Alcohol, could you quickly change the subject?
So I was jerking off into this man's eye.
I don't know why I didn't see that.
Do you know the song The Scotsman?
Scotsman killed to left the bar one evening fair.
Wonderful. Guys, one thing I do on my streams is I sing songs. rather horribly. Nobody in here gets to tell me it's copyrighted at this point. So we're gonna do at least one. Now the chorus, this is kind of audience participation. The chorus of this song is ring ding diddle-io, ring di diddly-io. At that, okay? Can we do that? 2 claps at that. All right?
Let's try it.
Are you ready?
No, let's try it.
Let's
Yeah, I'm gonna get copyright straight.
Well, the cop's been clad all in his coat at the bar one evening fair. You could tell by the way he walked that he drunk more than his share. He stumbled around and
He just gave it to
until
me.
he could not keep his feet. Then he stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Oh, ring ding diddly io, ring diddly io. He stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street.
You're so white.
son.
About that time, two young and lovely girls came passing by. One said to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "You see yon sleeping Scotsman, so fair and handsome built, I wonder if it's true that he wears not beneath his kilt. Oh, ring-ding-diddle-lie-o, ring-di-diddly-io. I wonder if it's true that he wears not beneath his kilt." They crept upon that Scotsman, quiet as could be, and lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And there for them to view, beneath his Scottish skirt, was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Oh, ring-ding-diddly-lie-o, ring-di-diddly-io. Was nothing more than God to grace him with upon his birth. They marveled for a moment, then they said, "We must be gone, but let's leave him a gift before we travel on." From their hair they took a red silk ribbon and tied it to a bow. Blue silk ribbon tied into a bow. Around the bonny star the Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. Oh, ring-ding-diddle-lie-o, ring-di-diddly-io. Around the bonny star the Scotsman's kilt did lift and show. The Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled toward a tree. Behind a bush he lifts upon his kilt and gawks at what he sees. For in a drunken voice he says to what's before his eyes, "Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. Oh, ring-ting-diddly-lie-o, ring-di-diddly-io. Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize." It does. That is exactly. The front porch strings are literally me drinking, talking, and then singing songs that I get bored.
That's a good porch string.
Well, I do have a question. Why exactly do you call them front porch
I
string?
called them the front porch. When I was growing up from the South, as many people in here are, it was not uncommon on wonderful nights in the summer when it was too damn hot to be inside, to sit outside on your front porch where you had lemonade, booze, beer, or whatever with friends, and you would talk. And that's all you would do. You would talk. You wouldn't turn on the TV. You didn't have smartphones. You talked to each other. And you told stories, and you told lies, and as you got drunk, you sang. I enjoyed those nights. I don't have them anymore because I don't know if you've been to Pennsylvania, but it's asshole cold there. So I have the front porch stream, where I drink and sing, and people watch it for some fucking reason.
But where did we all of a sudden come up with it? You got the wine stream, your front porch stream, I'm fire stream, you just pee on camera. Well, at least on that website you did. So that's a stream.
And people pay me to do it.
I mean, it wasn't that expensive.
Look, who in this room has not done porn while wearing a Nixon mask for 3 years?
Cheers.
Like, oh, wait, yeah. So you all need somebody with an RV.
So we all know Bob then.
Bob the Nixon mask guy.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to know something really tragic? There's probably somebody in this room doesn't know exactly who Nixon was.
Well, he had a tricky dick.
He was a dick.
Kids, that's a problem, you goddamn kids.
Yeah, that guy there doesn't know anything about Nixon.
Yeah!
Imagine Trump, but respectable.
Hold on, they need a shotgun this before that.
Oral 4 does not compute.
At least his hair.
No, actually, he's.
Actually, did anybody see that news about Trump this week?
Okay,
Wait,
let's
wait,
be a little more specific,
Trump,
please.
the White House requested a ban.
And he's escaping! He's escaping! He's escaping!
I love every verse. Like, he's getting away.
I will be the first to say that your kid is going places.
I've got 4 kids. If something happens to
Oh,
this,
shit.
I have extras.
There we go.
What do you mean tell him? It's on my con. You tell him to close the
It's
door.
somebody who owns a condo.
Who owns this? We just assume you own all of it now.
Jesus Christ.
Where is your
Okay.
button?
I need
Did
my
you
button.
assume my convention?
That happens to me. I will be at a con in Podunk, Iowa, sitting there, sipping stuff, and people go, Uncle Geiger, what time does the art show start? And I'm like, it's not my going con. You people of curious ancestry. Why would I, Gauldorgonist, know when the flaming art show is going to Folderols? Put that outside, please.
I love it. My kid is also, oh, Dad's doing something. Let's go sit on it.
And you know what?
What would your kid look like with Alkali's hat?
He
A
just
walking hat. Well,
Right now, wealthy.
here's the thing. Of course they're going to go. Here's why they will, if we are at a convention, we have nothing to do with it, that they will come up to us and ask us to do things. Are you ready? Watch his eyes. Security, convention chair. That's why! Because we will always be in convention mode. When we hear shit like that, both of us start to get up. It happened to us while we were, no, you weren't there last night. It happened to me last night at the party.
Yeah.
No, you were drunk.
No, you were drunk.
You were drunk. Yes, the sky is blue.
Oh, did we tell him about what Grandma Kage did?
Oh, right.
No.
do tell. I'm very
There are people in this room who were there that can vouch for this.
We would all need to say it at the same time, or else no one's going to believe us.
Should I hold on to the break at this point?
Yes.
So, go ahead.
Wait a minute.
One.
May I leave the room?
No.
No, you can just stay.
Who was there? Okay. Guys, what happened? He's right. All at the same time. Prove it. 1, 2, 3. Grandma Kage gave a lap dance to Mama T.
Yep. Yep.
So, you gonna go to bed early now, or are you gonna keep your ass up and control your mother?
Let me tell you a story.
Before you tell that, for those of you who couldn't see, Grandma Kage just went, well, you're fucked. And downed her drink. Oh, nice catch. Go ahead.
Let me tell you a story. Years ago,
It's a lie.
that's how you know it's true. Years ago, my parents, when my father was still alive, they liked to go to a little convention in Connecticut. What was that one called? Fur Fright. Yes, thank you, Fur Fright. Well, one year, I used to go with them. One year, I had some business to attend to. I couldn't go, and my mother announced that we were going to go to Fur Fright. I said, no, you can't go to Fur Fright. She said, why not? I said, because I'm not going to be there.
There's like a wine bottle back there.
I said, you can't go to the con if I'm not there. And they said, why not? I said, well, because you're like old and shit. Well, they went to the con, but I got worried. And I enlisted Giza, who was on Anthrocon's board of directors. Giza's this bald kid, and I said, look, I need you to keep an eye on my mother. You are not to let her out of your sight. You are to make sure that she stays safe, okay? The business had me on the West Coast. It was 11 p.m. in San Francisco, which means it was 2 a.m. in Connecticut. My cell phone rang and it said, Mom. And the first thing I thought was, oh my God, something's wrong. There's a problem. My father's ill. I picked up the phone and I heard the unmistakable sound of a party. And I heard my mom laughing. And I was like, Mom, 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 hello, Mom, Mom, Mom. And after, I don't know how long, she picked me, hi. I said, Mom, put Giza on the phone now. Now, okay, I got it. Put Giza on the phone now. And a moment later, I heard, hello. I said, Giza, you bald little piece of shit. You are supposed to keep an eye on my mother. And I heard, I got an eye on her. She's right in front of me. Listen to me very carefully. You are to get my mother out of that room, take her back to her hotel room, make sure she gets to bed, and when she is in bed safely, I want you to call me and explain yourself. Is that clear? Giza! Giza! And then voice answered. I said, who the hell's this? And the voice said, it's Fur. I said, where the hell's Giza? He said, he's passed out. Let me tell you what you're in for. You try to give them, responsibility. You try to let them have a little bit of, freedom here. What do? You're sitting up there, awake, waiting for them all night long, and they don't. I hope you have kids who act like your son.
Now allow me, because Grandma Kage, if you have not talked to her, please do. She is wonderful. She is great.
Oh, yes.
I met Grandma Kage, and we went to Duck Donuts, and we had our donuts and coffee. And she's so sweet. She comes out of the house and she's got a cane, and she looks at Kage and she says, I can walk better without the cane now, see? And lifts the cane up and starts walking. So Mom, put the cane down. We get to Duck Donuts, she sits down, and we're having a conversation, and she looks at him, and she says, I don't have any hard liquor. And he says, Mom, we've been over this. You're only getting wine. It's better for you. And she goes, I need hard liquor. For my guests. This is when I find out Grandma Kage apparently has fur meats at her house.
She does.
But I'm sure you're there.
No. She has them when I'm out of town.
Oh, by the way, you said no, does she not invite you?
But the best part of this was not for my guests. It was the response of, Mom, we're not going to buy hard liquor. And there's a beat of silence. And then I just hear this tiny voice from the other side of the table, so innocent, so sweet. It says, I wonder how long it would take me to walk to the liquor store. So, sir, if you wonder where you get it from.
Okay. How many people here, by any far out chance, have ever been to Eurofurence? Okay. About some recent time at Eurofurence, my little old mother came up to me in her Mercedes-Benz scooter they get for her, and she said, could you come to my hotel room tonight at 8 o'clock? And I thought, she wants me to help her take her necklace off, or she needs, assistance or something. At the appointed time, I rode up in the elevator, and as soon as the elevator doors opened, I heard oons, 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 oons. And I looked down the hall, there was the scooter sitting outside, a door open, laser lights shining out of it, and fog coming out of the room. And music so loud it was nearly deafening to me. I went in the room, she's in there, they got the fog, they got the DJ, they got the lasers going, and it was, okay, it's not my scene. You kids can play with your lasers and all that stuff. It was loud, it was hurting my ears. After about 20 minutes, I said, okay, you can play with your little friends, I'm going to bed. And I went out of the room, and when I pushed the elevator button, these two very, very large, burly German security guards, very Prussian, big, broad-shouldered guys, came out and looked down at me, and looked, and they started, They started toward the room, I'm like, she's busted. The next morning at breakfast, I saw her there, and I went over and said, so, I saw security heading to your room last night. She said, yes, they stayed about 2 hours.
Do you remember, this was you wouldn't, it was the year before you showed up to First Square. We were doing a D&D thing like we are this year. We have a tradition at First Square. We have a hall of convention space that has no rooms above it. It's off to itself. You could be loud in this hallway. We put all of our night paneling there, except for Saturday night. Saturday night at 10 o'clock, that hallway becomes a staff appreciation, guest of honor party, basically something nice to do before we're all unconscious on Sunday. It became a tradition in year one. We've done it every year. But this year, our guest, being a D&D con, built a throne in convention mention Hospitality Suite. We closed Hospitality Suite. We gave a key to security. The guest of honor went to them and said, I'm guest of honor and I would like a soda. And Mama-san went, that makes sense. He was gone for an hour. We went looking for him and found him in convention suite where he had taken every tablecloth, draped it across tables which he had stacked into a pyramid with a single chair on top. And as we walked in, screamed at us, I am your king! He is now in charge of our Twitter account.
That explains so much better.
He has a very good sense of humor.
Wait, is that fur?
By the way, Boozy, you were late, Boozy. Don't worry about it. To those of us who are con chairmen, we hear this all the time.
And she is actually getting worried that the baby is interrupting people. I'm going,
Just letting you know, the door's closed.
yeah, let him go. Everyone leaves the room. Where's my wallet? I trained him well.
Did he just pick the lock? Oh, she trained him.
She's behind you.
Give you that.
We have 9 minutes until the next panel in this room, which is my panel.
Hey, don't let him have my bottle.
I'm holding the bottle. I'm making
I'm
sure.
Held it toward him.
I'm holding the bottle so he doesn't spill any on himself.
Did he get my flask? Oh.
He's learned that running is going to get him stopped, so now he's crawling towards the door.
Orange, hold on. Orange, hold on.
It's like he's 2 years old. He never crawls anymore. This is obviously him going, if I crawl, they won't catch me.
How pleased he is.
Is he posing for us now? Yes, he's posing.
This is my seat.
Him and Grip, we need to get them together.
Oh, yes.
It could have been the fumes. Maybe the alcohol fumes were bothering him.
Have I told you the story about the time security shut down my room party?
What con?
Furthermore.
I love that we both asked
Your
that.
first con?
My first con.
First con.
Security shut me down. Now you hear that, and you heard Grandma Kagi was having a rave in her room.
Actually,
Security didn't shut her down. My room party consisted of myself, 2 liaisons for programming, and 2 of the other guests. We were sitting in my room enjoying fine bourbon and nice craft beer. Somebody brought out a harp. They were playing the harp while singing beautiful Celtic tunes. And then my phone rang. I got shut down for having a room party where we were drinking beer, talking moderately, and singing Celtic tunes. Motherfuckers, I do everything classy. But we have to wrap this up. We have another
Do it.
panel. 9 minutes.
Oh, all right.
7 minutes.
6.
5,
4,
3,
2.
a Scotsman clouded.
So final thoughts from anybody?
Well, what story do we want to end on?
The what?
You haven't told a lot of stories. What story do we want to end on?
Oh, I got a story hour tomorrow. This guy should be telling the story.
Your turn. Go on.
I don't have stories. I have experiences.
Okay.
You are such a lawyer.
Okay, let us have your summary.
My summary.
Yes.
My summary of what, sir?
Of the defense.
Of the defense.
The closing remarks.
Of
Gentlemen,
which case?
You all are like the worst infectious disease ever. For God's sake, it started when somebody sent me a cease and desist letter so I could make fun of it. My life has turned into nothing but charity and hugs. Very nice hugs. And the worst thing I've discovered about the furry fandom is
And he's
apparently
making
it's sexually transmitted. So whether you like me or not, you're stuck with my ass now. Thank you to Alkali for coming up here, and thank you to Uncle Kage for coming up here and taking my walkers. Nobody let him leave with my fucking walker. I need that to be.
It is kind of fun. I just feel like
This is how they wrote me in. This is how they wrote me into chairing a con. He runs off with my walker until I agree.
Hey, look, I'm the chairman.
Saw that coming.
That was the best I can come up with.
Too soon.
Dude, this is
That Thank you very much. Right after this, we have masturbation in here, which is a new panel that I'm trying out for the first time.
I'm excited.
This gentleman will be assisting me. Hopefully, I can help other people into assisting me with it. So, thank you very, very much. Thank you for sharing. Wonderful.